Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a terrific Tuesday night, and we welcome everybody back to the channel. I see that chat filling up already. We got WWE NXT on tap tonight. It's going to be a fun one, folks. Lots to get into, open challenges, more rumors, more news, and everything in between. So make sure you get in that chat, click all those buttons, strap in, strap on. Grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are back at it again. We are looking forward to WWE NXT tonight. Lots to unfold, lots to happen, lots to get into, and lots to talk about tonight. We're going to hear from Wesley. Why did he betray the Rascals and his former partner from MSK? Chase U will challenge Otis. It comes out today. Otis accepts the North American challenge from Oba Femi. Tony D'Angelo will defend his title as well from against Charles Dempsey. And then, of course, the bitter rivalry between Eddy and Lexus King. We got lots to talk about, like I said, lots to get into. It's going to be a fun show tonight. I will remind everybody out there, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, the face that runs the place. Just happy to be back at it again. And once again, I see that chat filling up. We will get there momentarily as we got about 12 minutes before the start of the show. And we already got people looking forward to some stuff. But like I said, the card is pretty stacked. Coming off the heels of Great American Bash, the two-night event, we are now back into regular programming and still not lacking interest or intrigue. A couple title matches, so 3 title matches tonight. So the party continues in the summer for NXT. Shawn Michaels has been cooking. Will we get Joe Hendry tonight? Will we get anybody else tonight? What will happen between Eddy and Lexus King? Does anyone out there even care? But we will find out. We got a lot to get into. And what I'm going to do real quick right now is I'm going to say hello to some of the early birds and get ahead of this list for once. But Isaac, see you later. Joe, welcome back. Rocco, how you doing? How you doing? Punk vs. Drew 2 in Germany should be the last man standing match. Thoughts? Last man standing feels so final. And I don't believe Germany will be a final confrontation between Punk and Drew. Therefore, I don't think that you are going to go into a last man standing match. It may be a strap match. It could be some other stipulation. A lot of people are assuming strap match based on the belt that was used last night. But I don't see this match being a last man standing match. Too soon. You got to plot it out and you got to build to the crescendo. Clay Lewis, welcome back. What's up? Excited about college football. Well, we're excited for all the wrestling going on this channel instead of football. But Kevin, welcome back. Phil, good to see you. Roman, let's go. Stoner, what's up? May the blunt be with you and also with you. Hope you are doing well, sir. Eric saying, hey, fellas, can't wait for the battle of big O's tonight. Oba and Otis, big O's indeed. And maybe Omos, if we can get them. And Odyssey Jones in the future. We'll just have one big O battle, the O off, which we might have to pause on, and it might be something altogether a different thing. But who knows? Looking forward to Oba Femi versus Otis. What's up, Rachel? How you doing? Axiom and Frazer are going to retain tonight. Axiom and Frazer have been kind of surprising. We kind of make fun of them. I'm not the biggest fan of Axiom and Frazer, and we just kind of keep going, and they keep giving us good matches. They keep pulling it out. They keep winning. So I'm going to hate to say this, but I'm going to pick them to win tonight. Axiom versus Chase U is the main event. Heel turn, or do we finally get MCMG? I did not know that was going to be the main event, Richard. Good to see you. But Yeah, I mean, again, we're still eagerly anticipating MCMG. Lots of talk about other potential signings coming this way as well. Getting very interesting. And beyond that, I mean, I think Axiom and Frazer, as much as I said, we're just starting to like them, they feel like they've had some friction. So is there somehow that Ridge, remember, Ridge is going to replace Duke and he's going to partner with Chase. So therefore, if they won, it would cause issues. But we also could see a Duke Hudson turn tonight as well. So a lot of intrigue with this matchup, a lot of possibilities. We will see. Phil, what do you got for me? Do we get a TNA surprise tonight, or do they hold off till No Mercy? Again, what I think I like about the whole TNA NXT relationship is they got people tuning in constantly to see what might happen, but they're not overdoing it. We're not getting flooded with it. They're not just throwing stuff at us. They're making it make sense. Right now, we're working with Joe Hendry. There is room for others. We obviously see what's going on with the Rascals. So it's not a whole lot. No Nick tonight. No, Nick is having a nap. I'm watching GCW Japan. There you go. There you go. It's going to be a good show. Punk versus Drew 2 is a strap match. Not official, but that is the assumption. Oba versus Otis is going to be a slobber knocker. Lexus King needs the win 100%. Now, Lexus King needs the win. I don't disagree with that, Stoner. But what about Eddy Thorpe? Eddy Thorpe comes in, has a couple good matches. I think I recall one with Dijak. I think on the losing end more than the winning end, and then he goes away. He gets hurt. He's gone for a while, comes back, kind of revamps his image, becomes a DJ, and then here we are. I mean, what do we do? Like, who needs this win more? How do we plot this out? Where does it go? How does this make sense long term? I don't know. This one's a tough one. It really is. Tanisha, welcome back. Good to see you. Do we get a Chase U turn tonight? See, everybody anticipating turns. Could it be, could it be Axiom and Frazer? Could it be Chase U? And it really could be. There's definitely issues there. There's definitely things going down between, there's this semi-rivalry between Duke and Ridge and how that's playing out. Ridge feels awkward, doesn't quite fit, but he's trying to weasel his way into Chase U. Chase U's already had their share of problems. So, yeah, I mean, potentially it's on the docket. It is a possible. Axiom needs a No Mercy opponent. MCMG is the only big enough team. I don't know about that. We'll see internally what they have planned. MCMG would be a huge pop. I just don't know where they are. I don't know what their plans are. I don't know what their obligations are. I don't know what their scheduling's like. So your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea if MCMG is going to show up. It was long rumored that they were going to AEW. That is dissipated. Also heard stories that, Penta was going to be at the Performance Center at some point this week. Then that got peeled back a little. Rumor is now that Penta's trying to protect his brother, who might be contractually stuck in AEW. Interesting. So, again, until they walk through the curtain, we have no idea. Until they walk through the curtain, I have no clear answer for you. I wish I could give you the inside scoop. MCMG popping up and becoming a challenger would make a lot of sense. But again, this situation's messy. If somehow Ridge and Chase win the title, then that changes the dynamic. That might change who fights who, because it might be, Ridge and Chase versus Miles and Duke. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Thea gets in there. I don't know what to tell you. Tony D'Angelo, yes, going to be wrestling tonight, defending that Heritage Cup. Anthony, good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. KJ and Nick, is there anybody on NXT roster that you guys can see right now maybe being called up and joining Rhea and Damian? Not really off the top of my head. I don't think somebody from NXT should necessarily come up and get involved in that scenario. Again, people are going to look towards some of the spooky stuff like a Paxley. Yeah, no, I mean, I think right now, I don't think you're in a rush to call up anyone to the main roster. Right now, the main roster is stacked. It is a murderer's row. There is nothing wrong with your talent kind of sticking around NXT. A lot of people want Roxy moved up, but what does she do? Does she, work her way through a killer roster, or does she get to be the champion in NXT for a little while? So, yeah, I don't specifically see anybody being tapped from NXT to get involved in the Judgment Day scenario. And Anthony, if you hadn't noticed based on last night, The Terror Twins are doing pretty good. They're pretty comfortable right now. Do we get Roxanne's for next challenger and its potential game changer? I'm still waiting. Again, another name. Stephanie Vacour is out there. I do think she's going to step up and challenge Roxanne first or next. So yeah, I mean, Roxanne's been waiting. We will find out who will take her on, but she's been on fire. She's been on a roll. Stephanie coming in changes things up. Julia comes in, changes things up. A very interesting dynamic with NXT, with how aggressive WWE is being on especially young available talent. They're not going after, established names per se. Some names we know more than others, but definitely younger talent that has a lot in the tank, talent that you can look to the future with. So yeah, I'm excited. Who's going to take on Roxy? No matter who you give us with Rox, it's going to be a good match. Wes Conklin. You said your name twice and I still botched it. Good to see you, Wesley. Hope you're doing well. Tony D, Charles Dempsey. Yes. Not interesting, Damien. I hate to refute that, as we are about 2 minutes away. Time flies when you're having fun, folks. Damien, I'm not interested. I don't like the Heritage Cup right now. Not really overly invested in Tony D. I don't know. I'm having trouble getting behind it. Charles and the Quarter Pounder crew also don't like it. The side story with Ren St. Clair, don't like it. It's not jiving with me. It's not making me give a hoot at all, sir. So we'll see if that can change. I think Dempsey wins cup back. Maybe Gable will cost Otis. I hope not. What's good, Wizard of Odd? Good to see you. Good to see you, Tony D. Angelo. The third attempt, third tries a charm, Damien. We got you, buddy. Hey, KJ, how you doing? I'll be in and out here. Wrestling Proud 87. Good to see you. Thank you for being back. Spaz, I'll get back to you. I think I got you, Stoner, right before the show kicks off. I don't think I missed any names. So, folks, get in that chat, light it up, click all the buttons, enjoy all the reactions, and make sure you get in there. Let us know what's on your mind. What are you liking? What are you not liking? And again, let's talk a little wrestling tonight, as we are on the verge of NXT, about 30 seconds away by my count. MDB, the knee pad king, is back. He uses pillows as knee pads, just as a hint out there. If the tag is the main event, I say the winners get a stare down with the new team, possibly MCMG. Absolutely. Could it be tied into a turn? Could it be tied into a double turn? Could it be tied into MCMG? We don't know. Again, it would be really crazy. And I mean, NXT has been so unpredictable. It could be anybody. It could be fucking ABC shows up, Penta and Phoenix somehow wiggles their way in. It's so much speculation and so much up in the air. I like it. I like that we're guessing. I really do. It's got a whole new exciting element to WWE and NXT especially. What's up, Chris? How you doing? I will hop on later. You do what you gotta do, Phil. We will be here as always. TJ, welcome back. As I'm just checking my feed, we're off and rolling, folks. Pre-show in the books. Like I said, get in that chat, click all the buttons, be a friend, tell a friend, take this link, share anywhere you know people are talking about wrestling, and let us keep growing. Let this momentum continue as we just passed 5.5, quickly heading towards 5.6. And remember, at 10K, we're gonna get tattoos. Woohoo! What's up? 3 minutes to go. There you go. As the show is starting for me right now, ladies and gentlemen, showtime it is. Let's go. Gotta say, since I found you guys, you make bad shows, AEW. Good shows, WWE better. Keep kicking ass. Thank you so much, Spaz. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. And that's our goal here. We said from day one, the wrestling might suck. We never do. And you might be bored or not want to hear what they have to say. But we got lots to say and lots to bring to the table in that regard. And nobody watches more live wrestling than we do. And it's been nothing but a pleasure. It's been fun watching this grow. and become what it is. I love our community. I love this family. I love being part of the wrestling utopia. And as we are getting a package kicking off, just replaying from last week, starting with the Dempsey Tony D situation. But again, thank you so much for all the love. We do appreciate it. Bo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Seems like Penta told everyone to hit the brakes on them going to WWE. I think it was a tweet on Face. Yeah, so now the story is like, hold your horses, nothing's done. And again, if you're in a negotiation, if you're in a situation where you're trying to figure your career out, people getting the cart, and maybe the leaks don't help. And again, we talked a lot about the leaks that come out of AEW. Maybe it put them in a tough spot. Maybe there's a risk of, I heard the problem is Phoenix may be held. Remember, Phoenix has had more injury trouble than Penta. So Phoenix may owe some dates. So if they're trying to leave together, it could get messy. Could get messy. You know what the Nature Boy says? It's a lot harder to hop off than hop on. That was loaded, C Money. Welcome back, by the way. It could have gone any direction with that. And you know what Rick said? When you start a sentence with what the Nature Boy says, anything can follow. As we are getting the replay right now of Wesley turning on the Rascals. Unexpected. Give NXT a shot again. TNA, let's go. TJ, it's worth it, man. NXT's been good. I even took a break from NXT a long time ago now, but I took a break from NXT. It was killing me. It was too Nickelodeon, too silly. NXT 2.0 wasn't working. I took a break from it, but I mean, it's been good. As Wesley walking in the building to open the show tonight, instantly met by the reporter. Why did you turn on your brothers? Okay. But we got Ethan Page with his own mic cover. Ethan Page hijacking the interview and giving us a rundown of last week's events. Not bad, not bad. Ethan Page continuing to prove that he was a star. Let's go. What's up, Kyle? Wes, the Weeper Lee. Yeah, spends a lot of time, a little bit of a babbling brook, a little bit of a weeping willow. As Ethan Page coming to the ring. Great start to the show. I like the fact that he switched up the microphone. This is good. This is good from from Ethan Page. KJ, I found out about this yesterday, but apparently WWE through the speed deal with X likely has a handshake deal to keep AEW's Twitter account limited from engagement. More to come. Listen, and the world's flat, and and a whole bunch of other. There's a space base on the backside of Moon. Listen, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. There is rules. There's laws. There is a whole lot of shit. Remember, WWE is a publicly traded company. They can't just willy-nilly do things. This isn't the old Wild West, the Vince McMahon days where you just buy a fucking TV station so you can get your show on it to bump another show, or lean on promoters and venue holders. Yeah, listen, AEW's made until I see walking factual proof, I won't believe that. I won't buy it. I don't like it. And I guarantee, I do not think WWE puts in half the effort that you guys assume they do, and AEW assumes they do. They're pretty comfortable. Things are going pretty well for them. They don't need to be limiting AEW. Anybody reporting that, I would tell them they're pretty much out to lunch unless they had full proof in their fucking hands. Ethan Page still cutting a promo in the ring. Okay. But ladies and gentlemen, as we get a champion in the ring, we got a champion of our own, formerly known as the Chapeau that runs the show. But Mr. Anthony, how are you?
I am good, knowing that Joe Hendry might be the next challenger.
No, I'm a little behind, clearly.
His
Say his
music
name.
just hit.
That's crazy. Now, does that still kind of ties back into Josh Alexander? I hope.
Right, because Josh Alexander could get involved here.
Tokyo. So, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Hendry stepping up to confront Ethan Page.
Wow.
Welcome, welcome, sir.
How you doing?
Not too bad. Show's off to a decent start. Ethan Page, again, just standing out. And then for Joe to come out and answer the bell, very interesting.
Yeah. Man, NXT champion versus TNA superstar, insane. Something I don't think we ever expected to happen.
No, and I mean, it's such, I mean, even the idea of the matchup itself on paper of like Ethan Page versus Joe Hendry, you're like, what? Like,
right.
Ethan Page wasn't here a couple months ago, right?
That's true. Ethan Page wasn't there. Didn't think anything of a TNA kind of crossover. So yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah, not expecting Joe Hendry to be in the mix at all.
This is insane.
Josh Alexander, Joe is here. Uh-oh. The crowd loves him. Loves him.
This is interesting.
Fans, oh, you had a great performance against Oro Mensa, but the fans left here talking about Wes Lee. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Anthony, what is up, my man? Good to see you on a Tuesday night, my brother.
Right. No hat because it's hot.
Anthony's gonna pull a Pedro and just show up bald like us, just being like, it was hot. I couldn't take it anymore. That's how it starts, man.
Crazy. That is exactly how it starts.
Just run the razor right through the middle. Screw it.
So he's calling his shot for the NXT championship.
Joe Hendry is 100% calling his shot.
Come on, Trey. You have to like Joe Hendry now.
Boo, Hendry. What is the boo part of Hendry, though? Like, do you not feel like he's proven himself outside of just being a song? I mean, I'm asking Trey, but
you asking Trey? Okay,
I'm asking you as well.
That too. I mean, I think he has. He has proven himself time and time again.
Right.
And like you always say, once that bell rings, Joe goes. So
right. I was hot. Right. 2 custom mics. Did Joe get a custom mic too? Ethan Page put his own mic cover on.
He does have a custom mic, Joe Hendry.
Yeah. Joe has one too?
Said TNA, but I'll deal with the JH.
This is fantastic. Ethan Page reminds me so much of Robert Roode when Robert Roode came to NXT.
Oh yeah, that was a time right there with Robert Roode being in NXT.
Right, took over the show, and this is kind of what Ethan's doing. Say his name, and hopefully he'll disappear. Come on, Paul. Is Hendry just NXT now? No,
no, he's on both, and he has, I think, like a special contract with WWE and TNA where he can appear on both right now. So
Joe's like, listen, I'm going there at some point. Let's just work together.
Right, exactly.
And again, TNA doing the tapings the way they do the tapings allows for guys like Joe and others to show up other places throughout the week. So it's really not in the way. He doesn't really have to choose.
No, yeah, he doesn't have to choose at all because the TNA tapings happen over the weekend. NXT is always live. So yeah, it works out perfectly for Joe Hendry and for future TNA talent once they, kind of join in as well.
Right. Glorious. I still want one more glorious entrance. We deserve a proper glorious entrance.
Right.
My ass used to drive around listening to that song at top volume, just in the car, like glorious.
Oh, Wesley just took out Joe.
No way. Why is that happening? And the
See, that's why
crowd
the
is
Rascals was
quiet.
better without him.
So Wesley gonna go after Joe Hendry? At
Like,
least it's a Ethan Page killing me. This is interesting. Wesley versus Hendry. What does that mean for Page though?
right.
Why, Wes? Why? And we transition to the quarter pound crew and Ren St. Clair.
WWE with these names. I just what's the women's group last night?
Pure.
Collective
What was it?
Fusion. Pure
Pure
Collective Fusion.
Fusion?
Something like
Pure
that.
Fusion?
And these names have to stop.
They're not good.
They're not good at all.
The quarter pounder crew. What I got out of it. Pure Fusion Collection.
Collective. Yeah, that's a terrible name. That's a terrible name.
Yeah, PFC. We're going to PF Chang's tonight. Let's go. What are we doing? Pure Fusion Collection. What does it even mean? Like, that's a faction name I made up when I was 12. Like,
right.
Guys, we're going to be the Pure Fusion Collective. Like, what?
I saw someone on Twitter saying, like, it's something from Dragon Ball Z. Like, it sounds like something from Dragon Ball Z. So,
where's Nick when we need him? As ladies and gentlemen, we go to our first commercial break. They are highlighting SmackDown as Roman Reigns will be live this Friday. We will be live as well. And busy week ahead. And Queen Nia there for you. Celebration.
Yeah, we get the championship celebration with Queen Nia Jax this week. So I'm excited about that. Say that again.
Did that get bumped a week?
I don't know if it got bumped or all they were trying to do was showcase Nia Jax winning at SummerSlam last week.
Okay.
I think it was the latter because I don't think it got bumped at all.
Okay. Triple threat match between these three men. Do it. Fair enough. Ethan, Joe, and I feel like I'm getting tired of triple threat matches. To me, I feel like there's been a lot. Like it's your we can't figure out how to juggle this. Just throw them all in the ring. And I feel like we've got a lot of that lately, especially in tag wrestling.
Yeah. Triple threats are not like my favorite match types. So it was kind of cool to see at SummerSlam where every match was like a singles match. So triple threats I'm not a fan of them at all.
No. I mean, I don't mind a good triple threat when done right. Not always done right, but now I just feel like it's a fail safe. So that's one of the reasons I was pretty happy to see Bronson Reed take out Seth, because now we're not getting a triple threat with Seth, Drew, and Punk. Get them out of the way, just one-on-one. Let me focus on who's mad at who.
Exactly. It was a lot of moving parts in that story. So I'm glad they kind of removed Seth Rollins for the time being. Let's focus on Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Get to I'm assuming Bad Blood and whatever they decide to have a match there. So I'm liking that as well.
Not bad. As we're still rolling through commercial break, folks. Keep the chat coming. Don't forget the super chat, super stickers. If you would like to stand out, and don't forget Thursday. Anthony's going to take on Nick. I'm going back to the judges box as we find out the custody of one Dom Mysterio, Dirty Dominic, Dirty, whatever you want to call him. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. You will be defending the lovely Liv Morgan.
Yes, I will be on the Liv Morgan side. I will have my Liv Morgan shirt on. It's going down on Thursday. I'm beating Nick. Plain and simple, beating Nick fair and square.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks. We'll see if we'll see what Nick's answer is on Thursday. Anthony, I hope this is not a conspiracy theory, but I think that the whole story that Shane McMahon went about Shane going to AEW and talking to Tony is maybe him convincing Tony to sell AEW to him.
I mean, I don't see Tony selling at all. I think Tony is too prideful to sell. I mean, and I don't even think a sell is in injustice for AEW. They just need better a better writing crew, and then it'll be okay. I don't think a sell is actually necessary.
Yeah, and again, Tony's not selling. This is his own personal sandbox. Like
Right.
he's not selling. He has no desire to sell. And if you asked him, "How are things going, Tony?" Great. So yeah, he's not selling. Guys, listen, and this is where the internet's fun. Tony Khan and Shane McMahon ended up in the same place at the same time. Coinciding. It wasn't planned. It wasn't a planned meeting. And they have a mutual friend who said, Tony would love to talk to you.
Right.
And then they talked. And then somebody took a picture. And now everybody thinks it was something. It could have been a 30-second conversation. It could have been a 10-minute back and forth. But what is this? Sorry to. We got a Tumblr.
Something about an eliminator match. Huh.
Oh, so we're about to figure out Roxy's #1 contender, but you get your name drawn out to have a match, to have another.
That's what it sounds like.
Stevie Turner is kind of funny to me. What do you think the peroxide budget in this company is?
I don't know.
What? Ren St. Clair is the first name. Adriana Rizzo. Wait, what? They're going to let Riz wrestle?
That's what it sounds like. Okay.
Soluruka, the beach girl. Gotta love a summer beach girl. She's ready to go. There is a lot of blonde hair on this screen. Ava, no navel. Good job. Good job, Ava. So, ladies and gentlemen, up next, we are getting the Heritage Cup Classic or Challenge or whatever the hell. As we get Tony D taking on Charles Dempsey. Who do you got?
So is this just a straight up match, or is it something special?
Heritage Cup rules. So 5 rounds, a pinfall or submission ends the round. Yeah. So
okay.
Look at Izzy Dane in the background. She's a big lady. Like, she towers over some of these women. So be very interesting what Izzy does moving forward. Yeah, brought to you by Peroxide. They don't miss, bro. No, that's for Dale. Dale, good to see you, buddy. Been a minute. Bo said so. Gotcha. Soul Ruka. So I'm trying to figure out. So a triple threat match, and the winner of the triple threat match, or are we doing multiple triple threat matches?
I think the winner of the triple threat match heads to face Roxanne, I think.
I hope not, because it's Ren St. Clair, Soul Ruka, and Rizzo. That's our 3 options.
I guess we need to ask MDB, the king of NXT, what is going down with this NXT Women's Championship?
Where they're talking about maybe it's Julia, maybe it's Stephanie Vacour, or maybe it's Fallon Henley. And really, if those are there's got to be more to this. Anybody out there, fact checkers, what is all the parameters around this NXT Women's draw thing they're doing? Soul Hookah is smoking.
Trying to see on Twitter too if anyone is talking about it.
I've been in so much pain, so I mixed Taco Bell with White Castle, and now I'm paying for it. Thanks for sharing that. Jesus Christ. Tony D for the win. Yeah, get your predictions in, folks. Tony wins. Tony wins. Dempsey needs knee pads. That doesn't help me. Winner takes on. Okay, so one of those 3 women are going to fight, but I don't like it.
I don't know. Kyle down here is saying it's a gauntlet match, and those were the first 3 announced.
That's better. I don't love gauntlet matches, but I don't like these three as the number one contenders.
Especially after, and no offense to Sol Ruka, just losing the NXT North American Championship match. So,
and Ren hasn't wrestled a lot, Anthony.
Right.
And Rizzo's, I think, maybe one match, maybe.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good.
As we got 1 minute left in the, or just under 1 minute left in the first round, folks. A very technical start to this match.
I think on Thursday we have some NXT talent showing up. I think members of Chase U are going to be on TNA this week.
And Dante Chen was there, was he not?
He was there last week. He was in the Ultimate X qualifier match.
Yes.
Yeah, that was eventually won by Zachary Wentz, I believe.
Yes. So the Rascals seem to be getting a little bit of singles. So this is kind of an interesting time for the Rascals.
Yeah, yeah.
Just when we thought they were reunited, but apparently not.
Yeah, they cut that real quick. So sad. So sad.
We were all so happy. Dante lost. And so Dempsey grabs a bit of a heel hook. Even the crowd in the building seems a little lackluster on this one, Anthony. Yeah. I don't know how you're feeling. I do not care. Like I said this in the pre-show, this has not tickled my fancy at all.
I guess we're going into round 2 now. This is not interesting.
No.
At all.
The Heritage Cup, when they first kind of brought it on, it was like Dragon Lee. Someone asked earlier, where's Dragon Lee? I think Dragon Lee's hurt, by the way. But when they first brought it in, and it was like Dragon Lee and Noam Dar, and it was a little bit, it almost felt like an offshoot of like the cruiserweight division. Like you had some of the smaller, more technical guys that could fly. And now it's become kind of this weird, all of this. I don't know what any of this is. I don't care about the dude in the trunk. I don't care about Ren Sinclair.
The dude in the trunk, Charlie Dempsey.
Can't deal with this. Again, not bad wrestlers. Just I don't care. Fatal 6-way to decide Roxanne's opponent. So I love the broken telephone.
We went through 3 different changes: triple threat, gauntlet, now a fatal 6-way.
The eliminator comprises of 6 women. There you go. So we have established there will be 6 women. And I'm hoping that the next 3, or at least one of the next 3, is a higher level talent than the 3 pillar we got to start this. As ladies and gentlemen, we go back to commercial break. We are rolling through this one. Dempsey for the win. We're going to get off the Taco Bell topic. It's a gauntlet match at No Mercy. Wait, what? Now we're not even making sense, Damien.
The person that should be telling us is MDB, who touts NXT and is not saying anything about the women's championship picture.
Right. Is this their version of the Ring of Honor Pure Championship? Yeah. In a roundabout way.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Slightly different, but yeah, same idea. This match is well choreographed. Fair enough. Hell of a match last night's main event between Sammy and Braun. My friend, you were not on live last night. How did you feel about it?
That was an amazing match. I like that commentary is now more free. Yeah. Without Vince McMahon's backing. So with Michael Cole last night saying Sammy's dead, like that was the highlight of the whole match.
It was
with him saying Sammy's dead. But yeah, that was an incredible match. I like how they ended the feud between those two. And it seems like after Raw went off air, it was a mutual respect between both gentlemen. So I like that. I wonder where we go next with Braun Breaker. I was thinking if they're really trying to make Bronson Reed some type of name, maybe it could be Braun versus Bronson, or is that too early? Do you save that a little bit closer towards WrestleMania if you don't do if Brock Lesnar is not around because I know
Yeah.
that's a match, hinted around. But I would like to see Braun Breaker versus Bronson Reed. Maybe that'll kind of push me to actually kind of like Bronson Reed. I don't know.
I was about to say that. I was like, you're voting for a Bronson match, even though you don't like him. Yeah, I think right now they're running parallel their stories, like how they're building these guys up.
Right.
Braun might be a little further along than Bronson, as being the champ and stuff, but I feel like their stories are very parallel. We'll see if it ever does crisscross. But I think that Bronson does have the potential. Braun has the potential of like an Ilya, who he's had issues with. Again, I think, yeah, I think the as far as I can tell with what they're doing with Braun, these next couple opponents are going to lose. So it'll be very interesting who they book up against them. I mean, Ilya can take a loss and survive it because it's Ilya, but it's going to be a war. That's why I really liked that match last night, because it took that. To me, it did a lot of shutting up people that said, he's just a spear and it's because he's a Steiner. Like, nah, he went 2 out of 3 falls. Sammy's great. I know a lot of mixed emotions for certain people about Sammy, but you got to give Sammy credit. Put that kid over huge.
Oh, absolutely. Do you see maybe a Ricochet return and it'd be Ricochet and Braun Breaker?
I've been beating that drum. I thought Money in the Bank. Nope. I thought maybe what was the last pay-per-view we just got? A couple weeks ago. SummerSlam. Sorry, they're all blurring together. But yeah, SummerSlam. I thought maybe SummerSlam. Nope. So I keep waiting for this moment that Ricochet shocks the world and returns. I still have my money on that. To me, that's your money match, and you've set that up. Now, how long does Ricochet stay away? I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe Ricochet is taking the Becky Lynch route right now and just kind of taking some time off before he returns,
Right?
I don't really see him heading to AEW. That's just kind of my thing. If he does, he does. Like, I'm wrong, but I don't see him moving to AEW right now.
I think it'd be hard pressed, man. Like, dude, we're traveling the world. Even if you're in the second match of the night doing a job for Braun Breaker, you're doing it in front of Ren St. Clair is beating up Charles Dempsey.
Yeah.
This whole Ren St. Clair thing is tripping me out. And it's already 1-0 Tony. I missed that completely. When did Tony get
I think we both missed that.
Did they give a pin during the commercial? What the hell? Heritage Cup matches are not built for TV with commercials. Apparently not if they're going to do falls during the commercials.
Right. Where we don't even get to see it because we're sitting here talking.
People are talking about potentially Wesley, Joe, and Ethan triple threat. I could see Joe fighting Wesley as like a number 1 contender. They both want the title shot, but Wesley loses again. Like, what the hell are we going to do? Can't Wesley just pick a fight with somebody that he can beat once, give him a win or 2?
Exactly. Is it time to just move Wesley to the main roster? I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. Ricochet wants to be with his friends to do flippy floppy matches. I disagree. I don't believe that. And remember, you might have friends, but your most important friend is the one you get to lay in bed with, and she's still in the other company.
Your most important.
Brownie points. Let's hope. Braun should be built up slowly, then let him lose after WrestleMania 41. That would be slow. I want to see him in some battles, though. That's the only way it matters, Gerard. You put him in some battles. You put him in there with an Ilya. You put him in there with some of that mid card that's really building up in WWE.
Right. Oh, put him in there with a Sheamus. Is that another fall?
1-1. And I still don't care. This match is too long to start the show.
Yeah. Like, you started off good with having Joe Hendry and Ethan Page, and it took a dive after that.
Yeah. if again, proving that if you're not invested, it's a tough sell. Like it doesn't matter what they do in the ring if you don't care. They're already announced it. What did they announce? Oh, yeah, they announced Otis. Otis.
I was hoping it was gonna be TNA talent. I was fingers crossed for TNA talent. But I wonder if they start doing this kind of weekly with him throwing out challenges or every other
Yep.
week because Jordan Grace has been doing it. So maybe this is a way to get some TNA talent on board in NXT.
Yeah, I can't remember if I said this before you came on or not, but I think they've done a really good job of not oversaturating the TNA relationship. Like they're not just like we're waiting for it and we don't always get it. Like even last week we're thinking like, oh, who's gonna come out? And it just ended up being the Wesley turn. So there's a lot of these moments where okay, maybe Oba does 2 or 3 of these, and it's the third or fourth one that someone from TNA accepts because you already got Joe running around and
Right. Yeah, I like that it's not oversaturated as well. I think that's a good thing because you can get tired of it very quickly. I think a lot of people thought like this past Thursday that it was going to be NXT talent to face Jordan Grace, and when it was Rosemary, I was like, okay, I actually dig this. So yeah, kind of slow build until you kind of get to that pinnacle where maybe we can eventually have that NXT TNA Worlds Collide pay-per-view.
yeah, and I'm still anticipating that. I wonder when they'll do it. I mean, there's a nice little slot open in December. They could probably pull it off.
Oh yeah, because there's nothing in December for WWE.
Shit.
Oh,
No way. No way. Ren Sinclair trips up Tony D. Is he gonna win?
yeah.
No way. And new, ladies and gentlemen, Charles Dempsey gets his title back thanks to Ren Sinclair. It's Coop. He got his Coop back.
Wow.
I don't know what to do with Ren Sinclair at all. I don't know. She's like Thea Hale, but brunette.
Insane for her to do that though. Trip up. To trip him up.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Tony D takes the L. Does that mean now, like he's going to take out Ren now? That's going to be the same. Ren in the trunk. Tiffany Stratton joins Imperium. I do not see that happening.
Tiffany's next mountain to climb is going to be Nia Jax, whenever that is.
That's quite the mountain.
That's gonna be crazy.
I like Ren in this group. Why? As we got Kalani with Lola. I'm still not loving babyface Lola.
No, because the last NXT stream I was on was the one when you took your vacation, and she, when she tried to cry and that was just trash. That was terrible. I don't know what she was trying to do there.
I think Tatum losing her noodle. So we're gonna get Lola Tatum?
That's what it looks like.
Give me Wendy Chu versus Roxanne Perez. Damien. I don't know if we're ready for the choosy to go that way.
Are you getting a video package of something, or is this a
The Eddy Thorpe video package?
Okay.
See, it's weird what they did with Ed. Oh, they got. Where did they get in? Was that at NXT? When did this happen? So it's like the rock and roll versus the DJ, like EDM. Is honestly who's got the better music is what this feud is over.
MDB, is this what you want me to watch NXT for? Who has the better music?
So Eddie Thorpe comes back and he's talking about his heritage and being Native American and wanting to pay homage to that and the ones that came before him. And then somehow randomly ended up being an EDM fucking DJ rocking the tunes during matches of all things. And the rock and roller Lexus King does not like it. And that's how we got here.
Okay. That's wild.
Yeah, I don't get it. I do not love the Eddy DJ gimmick. As folks, we go back into a commercial break and we thank you for joining us. But the action rolls on. Tatum versus Lola. Let's go. Paxley versus Roxanne, I would be happy with.
Oh yeah, I would like to see that. I like Tatum Paxley, actually, and for her to go toe to toe with Jordan Grace, what about a month and a half ago? I think she did fairly well. So putting Tatum versus Perez, I would like that. I think that'd be a great match.
Yeah, let's go. Lola Vice can do anything, and I'll pay attention. Down boy. I thought it was a commercial. I thought it was a commercial to Anthony.
Yeah, I clearly thought that was a commercial, that whole DJ Rockstar segment.
When it said Booyah, and you're like, what am I watching? A Mountain Dew commercial? Code Red in the house. Yeah, I don't get it for Eddie Thorpe, because the idea that he was going to come back and try and be this hard ass, and like, I don't know how we got here. It was just kind of a weird path. And Lexus King, to me, still struggling to kind of find that groove, that comfort level.
Yeah.
That we've seen, like Braun Breaker found it. Trick has found it to a degree. Carmelo got it. Lexus just hasn't quite got there yet.
Yeah, not at he hasn't at all. I like him, and I think he fits in NXT, but he has to kind of find his groove.
Yeah, I don't know if the rocker gimmick's working. I don't know if it's going for me. The throwback to, you know, the hair bands. I don't know if it's going well. Just in the next, they have 130 stars signed to just NXT, not counting Raw or SmackDown. Just in next, so you're saying they have 130 stars signed to NXT, not counting SmackDown or Raw? There is no way there's 130 athletes fully signed to NXT.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot,
right? You do have developmental talent and NIL talent, but you send me the list, put it out on Discord, Robert. Give me that list of 130 people, right? Let's not forget how many are
disrespect Alicia Edwards. MDB, we gonna fight. I already got my plane ticket to Chicago booked.
He's going to Chicago and then he's coming to Toronto. He's still mad at me about last night. What is it like? You're a big carrying guy?
Oh yeah, I love carrying Cross. I think I really like him, and I was there when he returned. And I was the only one in my section who knew who he was. The kid next to me thought it was Finn Balor, and I'm like, does he look like Finn Balor? Because he doesn't look like Finn Balor to me. But yeah, I really like carrying Cross. I want more out of him, and I wish they would kind of push him more. But I do agree with you. I think what happened to him when he first got called up just kind of ruined it for a lot of people. And,
yeah,
I mean, and that's not his fault. That was what Vince McMahon did. So
right. Yeah, it'd be nice if he could find his groove. He was an absolute killer in NXT. He was murdering people. Like, we weren't even having full matches. He was squashing the biggest names in your division. Like, he was walking on people, and then Vince just said, everybody roll him up. Let's go.
I mean, and I think it was the first match where he lost to Jeff Hardy on the main roster, and he was still NXT champion. So yeah, that was terrible.
Oh, Eddie Thorpe coming, but he's being jumped by Lexus. So we get a jump start to this one, folks. Get your predictions in. Who wins this musical grudge match? Eddie or Lexus?
I'm gonna go Lexus King here.
It's a tough one. I'll go Eddie just for fun, but I think Eddie's a better wrestler than Lexus. That's why I don't get the DJ gimmick. Just be a badass.
Right.
Eddie Thorpe for the win. Eddie for the win. I get Lexus King is kind of a floater right now, but I still really like this kid. I love his father. Listen, I'm not saying give up on him. I just think he's got some massaging to do.
Oh yeah, just to iron out some of the kinks in his character. I think he's good though. I really do like him. I don't know what this is though. I don't know what he's
Yeah.
trying to do with the face. It ain't working.
Yeah.
But like that's something that needs to change.
Eddy Thorpe versus Lexus King. I got Eddy, Lexus all day. LK for the win. Eddy. All right, so a bit of a split crowd.
Yeah.
Anything exciting happening?
It's
No.
kind of steady. It's like nothing much has happened. I mean, Joe Hendry may be challenging for the NXT championship. That's exciting, but after that, it's kind of slowed up a little bit.
Yeah, that Heritage Cup match wasn't fun. It was a little long, boring, not really invested in the moving parts. I don't care that Ren Claire is evil or helping. I don't care. Like I don't get it.
It kind of dragged out like a learning tree promo. So
Right. Yeah, shit. Now it's up to this match to pick up the pace a little bit and deliver. So we'll see.
Oh, so we get Lola Vice versus Tatum Paxley next after this match, it seems.
Yes, let's go. It's funny because they didn't have any women's matches kind of pre-announced for tonight. So
which is kind of rare for NXT.
That it is. So you're not alone in your carrying love. Cross gets no respect. It's fuck. It's because he's been booked like shit for the better part of 2 years.
And even like, you know, you can blame Vince McMahon, but you got to blame some of this on Triple H just a little bit because of how he's been booked since he's returned. So
Yeah.
even with, you know, last week with, I can't remember his name, Odyssey Jones taking out, you know, the whole group. Like, why do that? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a major issue. Is that, yeah, like Triple H, as much as we praise him for the good he's done, he's wow.
Lexus King wins.
Holy hell, man. I didn't think it was going to go down like that.
And it went down fairly quickly.
Okay. As we go to Trick Williams. This one's for you from your buddy MDB. Spaz, if you keep spamming me that, I'm going to put you in the penalty box. Making me twitch. My eye, not, you know, in the fun way. Stop it.
We have to deal with the learning tree tomorrow. Hi, guys.
I'm just waiting for when they announce like what he's going to be doing at All In. Like that's my moment of good. Like, fuck.
You might have a breakdown after that, like a whole like nervous breakdown at that point.
I feel like I'm leading the anti-Jericho campaign. I'm just like, come on with me. Everybody come with me, please. Like, I would love, like, they should do to Chris Jericho what they did to Eva Marie. Is like, let Jericho come out and everybody in the building turn their back to the ring. Just shun it. Don't react. Everyone I'm challenging fans out there. If you want AEW to be better, shit on Jericho so he goes away.
Like far, far away.
Right. People talking about Hobbs is on his way back from injury. That's great. I'm a fan of Hobbs. But he's going to come back from injury and do nothing. That's yay.
Where's the other guy? I can't think of his name.
Wardlow.
Yes, Wardlow. Where is he at?
Isn't
he a part of the undisputed not kingdom?
Yeah, I think he's sitting outside the performance center waiting for his contract to expire. Like, as we got Pete Dunne, by the way, and Kelly Kincaid is a very interesting interview lady. She always looks like she just came off of Green Gables. Like, what is happening? So Pete Dunne wants the championship match. Trick wants to get back to the championship. Uh-oh.
Joe
You know
wants
this
the
isn't good.
championship. Oh. She got baseball and basketball confused.
It's a little racist. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little inappropriate, Fallon. Figure your shit out. What are you doing? So I don't get. Okay. So we can get Fallon and JC versus.
So it is a gauntlet match. Okay. We've squared that away. It's a gauntlet match.
See, this is the problem with Ava in charge. We have no idea what's going on. Lash looking lovely. Oh shit, JC. There you go. Pete Dunne has too many ops. Sheamus and Trick. I like what Pete's doing, and Sheamus, I have no idea what Sheamus is doing. Sheamus, that might actually fight Braun Breaker next.
That could be. That could be. I didn't even think about that. Sheamus is kind of, like you said, all over the place right now.
Right? Just getting beat up more than he's not. Pete NXT title. Pete Dunne is NXT champion. Interesting.
So we got Joe, we got Trick, and we got Wesley all wanting an opportunity at the NXT championship.
Gauntlet match. Let's go. Put them all in a tumbler. Let's fucking figure this out.
Right.
We must shun Chris Jericho. Jericho isn't the problem. Jericho is substantially a big part of the problem. He's not the only problem, and he's not the biggest problem.
Right.
But he is a weekly. He takes up minutes of your weekly programming that could be going to better talent, to good talent, to talent that is actually entertaining us. Jericho only gets TV time because he's wedged very high in the colon of TK, and we can't get rid of him. If Jericho would take some time off and come back and let it breathe, we might not hate him so much. But he keeps trying, and he keeps trying, and he keeps trying, and he's taking up TV time. And I want to see good young stars. I want AEW to be the hip, edgy, young, and up-and-coming brand, not Jericho Hogan, week in and week out, fucking up people's careers.
I'm stuck on the wedged up. His colon.
KJ, you lost me at wedged. Yeah.
No, he's definitely taken up a lot of TV time. I think the last time I did an AEW Dynamite stream with Nick, I was like, Nick, I'm done. I need to go take a pause because I cannot look at the learning tree. I cannot. And I stayed away that entire segment. Like I can't stomach it. Like the high guys, and people find that entertaining. I'm like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you find that entertaining?
Yeah, and the apologist out there is like he's annoying you. He's doing his job. He's supposed to. No. Dom is doing his job and making me hate him. Jericho, we all turned on him. Remember, Jericho woke up as if he had bumped his head, and all of a sudden had a whole new personality from one week to the next because the fans were chanting, "Please retire." He had worn out his welcome in AEW. He had worn out his welcome even with the AEW faithful. They were sick of his shit. And then he changed the gimmick to match the reaction. And now he's trying to explain, well, see, look, they're booing me. They hate me. They're telling me to retire. We were doing that to you when you wanted us to cheer you. Shut up. We are not
absolutely. Dumb. And I think you hit it with using Dom as an example. Dom is doing his job. Dom wants us to hate. Look at what it has turned into with Liv Morgan. Now Liv Morgan is being booed when she picks up the mic. That has never happened for Liv Morgan. Dom is doing his job for us to hate him and for us to dislike Liv Morgan as well.
100%. I mean, again, we said it last night. Like when she grabbed that mic and the fans picked up and started booing her at that level, I thought, they're going to be mad at Liv, but Liv's going to get away with it because it's Liv.
Right.
And that's where you're doing your job really well. And I mean, making, like Brian Keith, we're not like, oh, look at Keith getting the heat because of Jericho. No, we're laughing. We're like, Brian Keith's funny. You better respect Jericho. We're like, oh, shut up. It's all bad. It's all bad. That's my issue. It treats me like it feels like it's treating me and other fans like we're morons.
Right.
And that's what's insulting. Like if I sat down with somebody and I said, "Oh, I watch wrestling because," and he happened to be on TV, I can't explain why I would watch what he's showing.
Exactly. Yeah. I think I can't think of his name right now. I'm not even going to try to mention his name, but someone from TNA said it best. Like TNA doesn't insult your intelligence sometimes, right? That's kind of what AEW is doing with Chris Jericho, insulting our intelligence. Like, no, we clearly want this man gone. Don't insult us.
And all he had to do was take a break, go away for a little while, stop being an idiot, stop doing bad matches. But folks, we are back from the commercial. We are rolling on Tatum and Lola. If you haven't got a prediction in yet, let us know. Let us know. I kind of want Tatum to win this.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm a Lola sympathizer, but come on.
Yeah, Tatum's kind of been on the rise, and I would love for her to get some type of, win here tonight. I like Lola Vice too, just not as a face. Because she gives the Jennifer Lopez acting skills when she's a face.
Yeah, she was just better as like a snotty heel. Like
right.
It was fine.
You go from like destroying. I think she had an underground match with Natalya, and then she had an underground match with Shayna Baszler. So you go to destroying those two to like 2 weeks later, making us try to love you. It's not working.
Yeah, I think what happened, to be 100% honest, and I don't want to make excuses for anybody, I think it was supposed to be Rock's Julia Heatwave. Julia gets hurt, so they shove Lola in there, but Lola's been a heel, so they're like, all right, be a baby face. And she's like, I'm going to go out there and cry. And we're like, okay.
Oh, is that Spooky Chew?
That is Spooky Chew
taking out Kalani Jordan.
Okay, I will say her using the $1 Million Dream is pretty sweet.
Oh,
Paxley, what a move.
Yeah, it was like a modified Juggernaut driver a little bit.
Oh. Ole. Bam.
What a back fist. Wow.
Dear Chris Jericho, that's how it's done. Jesus. Lola, show you a thing or two, sir. So Wendy Chu, I guess, is going after that title. Poor Paxley. Spooky, Spooky Chu, I choose you. Wait, I'm so confused. So Lola helps up Tatum like, it's okay, I still love you.
Right.
And Chu's the one standing over the champion.
It's so confusing.
Back to the Tumblr. You're good to me. Oh, it's so funny when Rizzo talks.
Okay.
What blonde will it be next? Jada Parker. Let's fucking go. Make her #1 contender today.
Who is Kendall?
Ooh, that's light or bright, whatever. It's her and Carly Bright. Carmen Petrovich. Yeah, not impressed. Not impressed. I'm not gonna lie. Go, Jada.
Okay. Kendall Gray. These names, did they just run out of names for the women in NXT?
It is bad. They're all bad.
All of them.
So Izzy's not happy. Oh, fuck. Kendall Graves Gray or whatever reminds me of somebody, and it'll come back to me. Oh. But anyway, that's one half of Light Bright.
Light Bright. Is that a tag team?
I made that part up, but it's
okay.
Yeah, yeah, not the best group. I mean, I feel like, did they just draw for the North American title? What is this? But other than Jada Parker.
Yeah, and I think they said Petrovic. I like her.
Carmen.
Yeah, I like her a little bit.
I haven't seen a lot out of her. Canadian karate champion. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. AI is picking names. Well, Jesus Christ. Well, everybody who's worried about the AI takeover, well, hold on tight because they haven't quite figured out naming yet, if that's the case. Kendall and fucking Carly, and it's insane.
Because
Izzy
isn't so you
Christine,
got Kalani Jordan, and I feel like there's somebody else with a K there too.
Kiana James just left, but
That's
yeah,
right, That's Kiana James. That's the other one. Yeah.
KJ's everywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in another commercial break. By the way, the night rolls on. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow for Dynamite. It's going to be a fun one. Lots going on Dynamite. Thursday, Wrestling Court. Friday, SmackDown and Rampage. Lord knows what else. Plus, we're working on some members-only content and so much more. We're working on some interviews, some fun stuff, some original content. We got more and more and more coming your way. And again, we're only a couple weeks away. Next Thursday is our preview and predictions for All In. Insane.
Right. And then what is it? The following Thursday, isn't it? The preview and predictions for Bash at the Berlin or Bash in Berlin?
Emergence, Bash at Berlin,
Ooh.
and No Mercy, all in the
Ooh.
same show. We're tripling up on the preview show.
That's a lot.
Lots of wrestling coming your way, folks. We're going to be here live for it all as we watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Whether we can show this stream or not, we will always be here. The wrestling might suck. We never do. And it's going to be fun. The next few weeks is insane as we kind of, I hate to say it, I hate to say this out loud, but as we wind down the summer, we let summer fade away. It's getting real busy in the wrestling world. More and more announcements coming your way, including TNA just announced going back to Michigan.
Yeah. So what is that? I think that's October 26th, Bound for Glory,
Bound for
Detroit,
Glory.
Michigan. The first time they've ever been in that arena or wherever they're gonna be.
Mhm.
So I'm excited. I'm excited. I heard people say maybe this is the MCMG return in Detroit. But yeah, I'm excited for Bound for Glory this year. I think we're leading up to a big Bound for Glory this year. The first one under the TNA banner in a long time. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, I feel like TNA's got a good, like, I think TNA's had a really good 2024. And it feels like just a couple weeks ago, we were talking about, like, TNA is back and the whole Scott D'Amore speech, which, we've now come to learn more about the whole Scott D'Amore situation. And might actually have to talk to him or try and get a hold of him about this Maple Leaf Wrestling that he's relaunching. But it's exciting times. But TNA's had a crazy 2024.
Yeah, from start to finish. I think it hit like a little downfall after, Scott D'Amore got let go. I think fans were concerned, but it picked up fairly quickly and it hasn't let up since. So, yeah, I'm excited where TNA is headed. While we're talking about TNA, we got the backstabber coming out to the ring, Wes Lee. But yeah, I think heading into 2025, I think TNA is going to be doing some big things. Fingers crossed with them hopefully going live each and every week too.
Yeah, I really want them to move to live. And again, it would force our hands and make us do some more stuff on the weekends. But I would really like to see them if they, even if it's not live, maybe you can shorten up that recording window, like the month to month. To me, it just in 2025, 2024, 25, it's hard because everyone's just the information's right there, and
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
Wesley getting a shit ton of heat though. It's because he kicked Joe. To be honest, let's be real.
He shocked himself too. What?
Well, at least he's not crying.
That's true.
He could have started crying all over again and then bring in some new friends to try and make him bring back Matt Riddle. Let's go. Son of a bitch. Carly Bright. Yeah, Carly Bright. Cannot wait for the rent tomorrow about the learning tree from The rant, yeah. I ain't paying rent tomorrow. What are you saying? Rent's tomorrow? Shit.
I'm still like from last week from the turn, he mentioned that they both left him. And I was like, well, technically, both of y'all left Trey Miguel in TNA, but you know,
yeah, we're being picky.
right.
And not only that, they came back to get you. Like, let's be
Right.
real. Like, did you overlook the part they showed up to help your ass? Again, at least this is better than him moping and being bummed out again.
Yeah.
You couldn't keep having him lose and be sad. Lose. He's like Charlie Brown. Like, what are we doing? Wesley versus Dirty Tom. Dirty Condom, just to be exact. Prediction all in dumb mud. People are gonna shit in the building. Wait, what? Spaz?
I don't even understand that last part.
Yeah, you lost me at the end. We're good. We're good. Nobody shit in the coat.
He's not saying much.
No, we're getting murmurs.
Right.
It's a little flat. You got to get to the point. Get a wambulance for Wesley.
A wambulance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're getting that like bored murmur.
Yeah.
Do you know why this isn't working for me? Because there's not a lot, like it wasn't drawn out. Like we didn't, everything he's talking about, we didn't see that. We just saw all the happy times.
Right.
It was
That
just
is
like, this is
true.
really cool, and oh my god, I love you, bro. And now he's here a week later of like, I hated you. You didn't listen to me. Like there was no build for that, so it's coming off like. There
Right.
you go. Dale covered it in one sentence. I'll shut up.
He's talking about how like he was the caretaker for Zachary, and I'm like, none of this is not making sense. I don't know.
Mhm. There is no, yeah, there's no story. Like we didn't get to see that development.
Right.
We just saw y'all happy and sitting in a treehouse, which I thought was amazing that you brought that back.
And he just said that the only reason why they came was for the WWE rep. Like this is not making sense, but okay.
So who's he challenging? Wait, what? Who's he gonna fight? I'm not sure who he's fighting.
I think Zachary. I think.
The crowd is not into this. Woods can talk. Yeah, but Woods can talk. Yeah, okay.
This is not hitting at all.
No. It's too nice. Like it doesn't have enough growl to it.
Yeah.
In addition to like my problem of like, you never told this story at all. We just saw y'all happy, but like he's nicely being like, I'm gonna beat you up. Okay. You're like, do you mean it?
Right.
Oh, here comes
Pete
Dunner.
Dunne.
Pete Dunne gonna fuck this man up.
Like that was a waste of my time. I kind of want. How long was that? That was about 7 minutes. I want that back.
Where's my Tiffy watch? What is happening? Oh, wait a minute. So Pete Dunne giving flowers to Wesley? Wesley sucks at promos based on current situation. Yes, that sucked. It lacked conviction, my friend.
Oh, here goes Joe. At this point, just he's a WWE superstar,
right? Oh, he's from behind. Yeah, he's like rent to own. Okay, now Pete Dunne jumping both of them. Wesley punching. All right, everybody fighting now. Triple threat for number one contendership.
That's what it's looking like.
Or fatal four-way for the title.
Wow.
And we go to the back with Knotman and Robin. Me and my amigo. What is happening on NXT this week?
I don't know. It feels kind of all over the place.
Now I know why they book the women so much more than the men in this company. Way more interesting. I think Axiom needs to take the mask off. We know what you look like without it already. Wesley lost to Oba Femi. He would go after the NXT champ. Like I said before, after Wesley lost to Oba Femi, he would go after the NXT champion. Yeah, it's quite possible. But he's got lots of issues.
Oh, Oba.
Oh, revenge. Yo, we're setting up Tony D. And that, look, okay, if Tony D dropped the Heritage Cup because he's going to go after Oba, I think that's all right. I think that should be a fun match.
Yeah, that'll be real fun. I would love to see that. I like Tony. I actually do like him. I'm still hoping for the Oba and Moose or Oba and someone said Jake something, I think last night during the Raw stream. Yeah, give me that too.
The only other name that I like, not the only other name, but there's a list. Like I know Hammerstone got thrown out there. That's great, fine. But even like Macklin is a guy I think would really push Oba.
Yeah, Macklin is one of those unsung heroes or the ones that don't get enough credit. Macklin is really good.
Absolutely. As ladies and gentlemen, back in a commercial break. If you remember the end of last week, Oba went to speak and Tony D cut him off. Same thing just happened. Is Tony went to speak, Oba cut him off, and I thought it was awesome. Oba is grown on me in such a big way. Like the man has a charisma about him. He's not just a big guy that shows up. Like he's got an attitude. It really, really charismatic. So it looks like there's potential for Tony D and Oba moving forward.
And from my knowledge, like with Oba Femi, didn't he just kind of come out of nowhere? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, like he's part of the NIL program, right? So he's one of the college students that graduated from that program, and they put him in the breakout tournament, like 8 others, and he just took off. Like, I mean, he's just a different beast. Like he is a different human being, and you see the other people that have dropped off, but Oba, I don't know how you stop Oba. He's not even on the main roster. I'm like, oh shit, I hope he doesn't get there anytime soon because
right,
like he's a monster.
A monster heel. I mean, crazy. Oba is crazy. Like, and I know a few times I went against Oba. I don't even know why I did that. Like, because he's gonna hold that title until he feels like he's done. And like I said, I feel like he's gonna do the Oscar thing. Like I've been contacted by people on Raw. Relinquishing the title. Here you go.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, and he could be one of the few that like he could go after the world champion and go, I just want all the belts. Like I will take them all, thank you.
Yeah.
Who's gonna stop him? I mean, again, especially in NXT, Oba, Ethan Page. I'm putting my money on Oba. Like Joe Hendry. You sorry, I like you, Joe, but Oba's gonna kill you.
Right.
I'm like Oba. I like what they're doing with Oba. So I'm really curious. Oba and Otis seems to be next, and it should be a fun one, folks.
I would love to see what they did to Finn Balor when he first got called up. They do to Oba, like because Finn Balor came up, won that tournament. I think he pinned Roman Reigns, and then he won the Universal Championship at
Yeah.
SummerSlam by defeating Seth Rollins. I
Mhm.
would love for that to happen for Oba. Like he gets called up, immediately puts in the championship picture, and wins the championship in his first pay-per-view match. I think that's the next guy to do it.
That if anybody, you're not. I could fully go with that completely. You're not far off. I mean, like we said, he seems like such a force. Somebody said he's being what Bobby Lashley couldn't be. Which ouch,
Ooh,
poor Bobby. Bobby's had.
ouch.
I know I'm hard on Bobby, but he's had a good career. A little more swagger than Bobby. Now Bobby has swagger at times, but Oba, yeah, I mean, might be a little more charismatic than Bobby.
I think Bobby really hit his stride in TNA, and I don't think it really translated over to WWE like it was
Yeah,
supposed to. I think the Almighty gimmick was great.
yeah.
Um, I thought that was great, but kind of after that, his matches with Brock Lesnar didn't hit like I felt like they were
No,
supposed to. And it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out for Bobby in this second run.
yeah. And again, a guy that could still show up in a lot of places, including now they're all wearing. Sorry, we're back from commercial. I got sidetracked a little, but um, he's a guy that can show up anywhere and do extremely well if in the
Mhm.
right situation. Chase U went from red and black to now they're wearing the black and red, just following the foreshadowing. All right. So Chase U looking like the Toon Squad. Chase U jerseys. Where is Keith Lee? As far as I know, Keith Lee's had battles with his health. I cannot confirm or deny that. I
Mm.
haven't heard any other updates outside of that. Anthony, I don't know if you have, but it's been a hot minute.
No, I didn't even know he was really having battles with his health, so that's kind of news to me.
Mhm.
Wow.
Keith Lee hasn't done anything lately. Yeah, no, Keith Lee hasn't been around in a hot minute. And again, I don't even know. Like, don't quote me on this. Like, I know he had health issues. It
Mhm.
was a big discussion for a while, but now that's going back like a year, maybe 10 months. So I don't know if he's still or if it's just a lack of like, is it typical Tony Khan of like, when I
I
remember
don't
that you're there, I'll come find you.
right.
Right? Never play a game of hide and seek with Tony Khan. He just forget where you be. He doesn't show up anytime soon. Oh, oh, oh.
Wasn't it like Tony Khan that said, and I can't remember his name right now. I think it's the one that everybody says is gonna jump ship from AEW to WWE. He hasn't been
Ricky?
seen best friends with Cody Rhodes. Yes,
Ricky?
Ricky. I
Ricky!
think it was like TK said something to the effect that he wants to use Ricky more, but he just
Yeah.
doesn't. And I'm like, you're the one writing the shows.
Nick popped me with this one because Nick caught it, and then he was like, we got on here, and he was just like, what does he mean? Like, that's your choice. What do you mean you would love to book him more? Like, what? Help me understand.
It's crazy. Just doesn't make sense at all.
Bobby Lashley with the headband was vicious.
Oh yeah, absolutely. MDB. I guess that's like the fourth time we agreed on something.
I always wondered how it would have played out at WrestleMania and such if it ended up being Bobby versus Bray Wyatt and Bray Wyatt didn't get sick. And but like we got the
Yeah,
one teaser and we weren't sure how to make it because it felt like they just kind of put it in there. But then it,
yeah,
for obvious reasons, it never came to be. But I always wondered how that it would have brought a little more out of Bobby because Bray's that guy.
right. I forgot that was even a thing. That was actually gonna happen.
Yeah. And again, I don't dislike Bobby, just very again, to me, the best Bobbies are when he had like MVP at his side and MVP could do a lot of the talking. Man of very little words. And I think I've heard other people talk about Bobby, and it's just the fact of he's a really super nice guy. Like he just so you don't really buy him as a heel when he cuts a promo. He doesn't like
Yeah,
he has his moments, but he's better off as a baby face, but he's just not the most like the strongest of personalities. He just wants to kind of go in and do his work and pat everybody on the head. He seems he's talented, but we'll see what happens.
I just realized that Oba has a similar entrance to Moose.
He does. And Moose has got one of the best entrances in all of wrestling.
Yeah.
Oba's is right there with him, and Oba's got the fans doing like the ho, ho. But then Moose has got the fans going Moose,
Moose,
Moose.
Moose.
Oba Femi. No, that Moose entrance, I love that fight. I get goosebumps when I see Moose's entrance. It's so well.
And then they added the throne, you know, the last couple of months of his reign.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Did they run out of NXT guys for Oba to defend against? Kind of, sort of, maybe a little, John? Or it's not necessarily run out of, it's just not wanting to burn through.
Right. Right.
Right? Like,
if he can go through everybody.
Yeah. Like if Tony D's up next, we're all betting for Oba. Sorry, Tony. You won't be able to get this man into your trunk. But ladies and gentlemen, get your predictions in. Is anybody taking Otis just for fun?
I'm not taking Otis. I've learned my lesson not to go up against Oba. I've learned it's always going to be Oba.
Well, Otis in the Alpha Academy, which oddly enough they get to still be, are definitely not having the best of few weeks here. So we'll see. They're saving Javon for Oba. Ooh.
I don't know how that would go. I really don't. Javon is so small. Oba would just crush him. It's literally Nia Jax versus Bailey with Oba versus Javon. Like,
yeah,
that's really what it is.
Again, I think like they're talking stand and deliver. So WrestleMania season next year. Yeah, I mean, you play that whole fluke underdog thing where he just kind of runs away and plays smart. I mean, again, it could make for a very interesting match. Yeah, Javon's gonna have to 1, 2, 3 kid it, like a little X-Pac up in the house.
Like the only way I see Javon winning that match is it has to be like no disqualification. Chairs and stairs and tables have to be used.
Hit him with a truck.
Right?
Look at Oba's face. Yeah, you're not happy as we get the big mighty slapping meat. There we go. Yeah, the meaty boys are definitely hearing a beef off, folks. And it's hot and heavy to start this one. And going toe-to-toe to start. So Oba gets knocked out of the ring. Otis hanging in there. We got no faith in Otis, though. Sorry.
No faith. I do have to say the tag team match that they were in last night was fun. I thought that was a good match last night.
Surprisingly good. I saw somebody make the comment that the Creed brothers look weak. Like the fans really got this obsession with like oh, they look weak. You're not allowed to lose. And I get because we give out like participation medals to all the children nowadays. Right. But like nobody's allowed to lose without like it ruined his life. He took an L. I thought it all worked. I thought it was a really fun match. I thought the Creed brothers looked good. And we'll see where it goes from there. But Ivy Nile making a big turn on Maxine and choking her out made me happy.
Right. I feel like people use the term too loosely, buried, because it seems like anytime somebody loses, they're buried all of a sudden. And I'm like, that they lost one match. I'm not, and I feel like that happens a lot.
Oh,
a lot in the IWC.
And it very much watched it in like this kind of way, Anthony, where they didn't see last week or they don't see the future. It's just like right now they lost, so they suck.
Right.
Yeah, but they won the last 4 matches they were in. And they're about to go on a title run, and this is building up towards their title chances. But they just see that one loss of like buried. But then again, how quickly they forget in a dime with the right push, people completely forget. Like we've seen people get hot all the time. You could lose for 2 years straight, and then all of a sudden, here you come to save the day.
Right. I think like one of the most recent examples is DIY. Like
Yeah.
people hated DIY for months. They win the tag team titles, hold it for what, 2 weeks, and then the next thing you know, they're buried because they lost to, the bloodline. Oh, they should have kept the titles. It's like, make up your mind. Y'all living a double life. That's what y'all Hannah Montana and Miley Stewart at the same time. I don't know.
Miley Stewart is my new favorite. That's amazing. No, it's fickle, right? Daniel Bryan, I think, said it best, fickle. And again, I think that's why, like, when you're running a company, if you're in Triple H's shoes, the IWC isn't listened to as much as they think they are. When it bleeds into a bigger occasion, like, okay, the entire fan base was pretty upset about The Rock bumping Cody. That gets noticed, but the bickering and grumbling, they get it, especially with younger talent. Like, guys, if the people you're talking about, like the newer talent, like a Creed brothers, win all their matches, never lose,
right?
Then who do the veterans beat?
Right.
Like same thing with Braun Breaker. Like Braun lost to Sami Zayn, IC title, former tag team champion, a veteran, been in the WWE for a decade or almost a decade, and he beat the up and coming guy. So this guy that looked unstoppable takes the L. Oh, they ruined Breaker. No, Breaker just won a 2 out of 3 falls. Nobody remembers the fact that he lost that first match to Sammy anymore.
Right.
Braun looks like a beast, and he'll be fine. You just can't end up like Karrion Kross.
I like the segue.
I almost held up. Like, is there another name? Is there another example I could use? Oh, down goes.
What was that? Shit. Was that his fist? Did I miss that?
You trying to give Otis a fucking cardiac event? Oh my God.
Oh, look at Maxine's face.
Yo, Oba Femi just threw a European uppercut. And you were right, by the way. That call last night, going into a commercial, one of the best commercial spots I've seen in months, where he just went, he's dead. Sammy is dead.
I had to rewind it back because I was like, did he just say he's dead?
You can't tell people he died. Yes, we can. Vince, watch. Only guy I want Oba to face in the future is Moose from TNA or a returning Ivar. Oh, well, I mean, Ivar and Oba have history.
That is true. Yeah. It's crazy just going back to the commentary standpoint, like how much it has changed. Just like thinking of SummerSlam and once the turn happened with Liv and Dominic, of how Michael Cole was so upset, calling Dominic Mysterio all of these names in a matter of, a minute. I just like it.
Right. No, I completely agreed. Seeing him stand up, like Michael Cole standing and jumping around and like emotionally investing in what he's calling, which wasn't the case for so long with Cole. I hated it. Like he was like like the toy you pull the string on his back, and it was it's boss time. It's boss time. Like fucking hell.
I hate it when he used to say it's boss time.
I hated it. It's one of the reasons I stopped liking Sasha was just because, all right, every time she comes out, you say it. If they show her in the back, you say it. Every time her face is on a graphic, you say it. Stop saying it. I hate it.
One thing I don't hear him say while this match is hard hitting, I don't hear him say vintage anymore.
No,
like he would say vintage Randy Orton, vintage John Cena, or whatever. I don't hear him say that.
That's a good point. Maybe because we'll see what happens with Randy on Raw.
Right.
I'm like, that's a good point. We haven't had vintage nobody. That's this. This match is hard hitting, folks. Both men back on the outside. And again, Oba Femi, outside of being a powerhouse, is like, oh, that was rude. Then again, Tozawa's, oh no. Otis is pissed because Tozawa got fly swatted. That was like the Matumbo commercial. No, no. What happened there? Where was the other one? Oh, yeah, Oba Trice. That's where my head went, MDB. Oba Trice, real name, no gimmicks. We saw Oba versus Ivar. Oba won. Yes, there's history there. Otis is bruised, black and blue.
Is he about to do the caterpillar or the whatever he calls it?
People in the chat are calling it the fatapillar, but we don't use it. That's the only F word we don't use on this channel. Chickaloo, what was that? Yo, did Otis run out of gas at the end of that caterpillar? Vic Johnson said it. Usually Otis pops up there. 2. Vic pointing out that you fucked up
so far.
What's that?
I said this has been the best part of NXT this entire match. Oh shoot! Oh, what a powerbomb!
It's over. It's over. It's over.
Wow!
It's over. And still, emphatically, you're a champion. Barely broke a sweat. Selling a little bit.
Right.
Oh. The compactor. I mean, there you go. But not even. Oh, that was high. Wow. Who the hell is going to stop this man?
Exactly.
Anthony shows that.
Boston wants me to show the TNA belt around here. I think I do. Yeah, there it is. The thing is heavy too. Right here.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Looking legit.
See if I can do it this way.
There you go. There you go. Anthony's already got his championship belt for winning all the court. As we are getting a Jensen package right now, kind of giving us the rundown of his history. I feel like they cooled this off a little for me.
It was fire at first. It felt like they were kind of going somewhere, and then it took a drastic left turn.
Yeah. Well, again, it's like before, like when you're crazy and you're running around and you're causing all these problems, you know, they sit you down and they're like, do you want to sign with the company? You're like, wait a minute. First off, why do you want to re-sign him and bring him back in? Second, why would he agree to that? He's mad at you people. Like, to me, it was counterintuitive. And then he signs and then instantly beats someone up. So isn't that, like you said, if you screw up, you're out? Well, he just screwed up right away, but he's still here. So listen, for those who say I only pick on one company, this doesn't make a lot of sense. But Sean Spears being a cult leader does. Oh, shit. Social Gathering agrees with me.
That's interesting.
Oh, wait. Did they just say that Brooks is in Japan?
Yeah.
All right. Vader gear. Yes, it was Vader gear. Very Vader-ish. Tank. 3-1, good match. Best part of the show so far, I'm not going to lie, other than the opening.
Yeah, that was the best part of the show. And the opening was good, yeah, with Joe Hendry and all the others.
Odyssey versus Oba would be a banger. I'll give you that one. As here comes Izzy Dane. Ooh, shit. I thought that was going to be better. What? The match?
Because the match was great.
The match was good.
I thought that was a really solid match.
Most Pallone. So yeah, for those who can't see what we can see, Jensen cuts a heartfelt kind of pre-tape look to it, and then they pan out, and Sean Spears in his cloak, says to him that was perfect. So he's definitely Sean Spears got this. We got to find a couple other lost souls to pull into this. Maybe a Wes Lee. I don't know, but there's definitely potential there. I like this. The Sean Spears has been kind of weird since he came back, so this might work.
Yeah, he's kind of been put in a weird kind of predicament since he's came back to WWE. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. I think we can have the next match while this is on commercial. I think it's Izzy Dane versus these names. Brinley Reese, I guess.
Brinley Reese. How many Brinleys have you met in your life?
None.
Not one.
None. I have not met any. I've met one Izzy, and that was my ex-girlfriend. So other than that, these names are wild.
Right. It's crazy. Title was upside down. I don't know if you're referring to Anthony, but I think you fixed it.
He was referring to me. I looked before I held it up. I didn't think it was upside down, but it probably was.
No, you flipped it though. You did it both ways.
I did. Okay, that's what I thought.
It might have been, but you did both, so we're good. But ladies and gentlemen, we are in another commercial break. We are getting very close to the main event. I figure we got one more buffer match with Izzy taking on one half of Light Bright. And this one shall be interesting. Don't forget tomorrow, Dynamite. I'm looking forward to this one as we get very close. We only got a couple Dynamites left before we get to All In. And we'll see how many minutes I get into the show before I have a Jericho meltdown this week. It's the ongoing weekly battle of, when do the wheels fall off of KJ? But I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why people tune in at this point. It's just like, when's he going to lose his mind? We start well every Wednesday, but Thursday, I can't wait for Thursday, folks. Thursday should be a lot of fun. This one's going to be a hell of a battle as we will put the custody. Once again, if you guys all remember little Dom and his childhood custody battle, well, this one we're taking to the courts as Rhea Ripley will take on Liv Morgan. I will find myself back behind the bench. Nick is taking on Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan goes to Anthony, and we will see what wins, mommy or baby girl.
Yeah, this is going to be good. I think I promoted it a bit early, and I got a lot of hits on TikTok for it. So maybe we'll have a nice little turnout for the Battle of Dom on Thursday. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And of course, we're back at it Friday, Saturday, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, all the days, even Jesus's birthday sometimes. Tune in for all of it, folks. It's going to be a lot. And again, like I said, we're in an insane time of year with so much coming your way. In a blink of an eye, we will be at All In, All Out, Emergence, No Mercy, Bash at Berlin. Someone asked earlier when Bash at Berlin is. It's August 31st, the end of the month. So again, insane times coming up as we head into the fall, as we head into September. So be here, be excited. I don't know what I was going to say there, but make sure you tell all your friends and help us grow. It's the nicest thing you can do.
Right. It seems like we're not taking a pause or a break until about December, where it quiets down a little bit, just a tad, and then it's Royal Rumble. So
yeah, and then we wake up in Mania season. Here we go again. So it's kind of like the two big sprints of I know we got the quarters, but it really does feel like there's a lull post Mania where we kind of go quiet for a little bit, that summer grind, and then it takes off into the fall, and then it goes quiet in the dead of winter, and then back out through, and next thing you know, we're in WrestleMania season all over again. Son of a bitch.
Right. It's crazy that we're like almost 5 months out from this year's WrestleMania already. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're heading towards as far as WWE goes, they got Survivor Series is pretty much the last big thing on their docket for this year.
Right.
I mean, Berlin and such is going to be fun, but the big one, I mean, Survivor Series. And then after that, their next one that they're building towards is Rumble.
Right.
It's crazy to think that, like we just said, it feels like a couple weeks ago, TNA was returning earlier in the year at Hard to Kill. And now here we are at the end of the year talking about Bound for Glory, you know, right before Halloween. It's crazy. As we are getting tryout footage. Sorry, Nick. Wow, Nick. Anthony. Muscle memory kicked in. Let's go blonde. Cheating.
Oh, so she was in the tryout for the SummerSlam tryouts in 2022 in Nashville, and now she's on the NXT stage.
Yeah. And I believe Izzy went over, did some work with TNA, was one of the people that went over for a match.
Yeah, she was one of the folks that faced Jordan Grace in one of her open challenges. So yeah.
Now, Brindley Reese, who I'm really struggling, you know, Reese's Pieces here is not doing it for me. Also another tryout winner. I hate Brindley's music. Listen, at some point it will come to me, but she reminds me of like an actress, like a character from a show, and I can't put my finger on it, but it will come around as soon as the smoke clears a little. NXT is already boring me. Were you even here? Where have you been?
I don't think Boston has been here the entire show,
No.
which is disappointing because I'm on it. You should be here the entire time.
Right.
But the first hour was kind of bad.
It hasn't been good tonight. It hasn't been good.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick picked a good Tuesday to miss out on. All these blonde girls. There's a lot. I mean, again, it's noticeably a lot. That's the only reason why I make that joke. There's the locker room standing there, and it's just a sea of blonde, and then like a smattering of a couple other colors as we go along. It's a lot of
black
blonde
and some red, and then blonde. A sea of blonde. Everybody looks like Charlotte Flair back there.
Izzy for the win. Yeah, I'll take Izzy. I mean, Izzy seems like she's a big, strong, powerful woman. Reese's Pieces seems like she's every other generic kind of wrestler lady.
Yeah. And her name is generic as well, so I don't.
Blondes are great. They are. They're definitely great. No hate against blondes. I've never ever said out loud, there's so many blondes in here. There are too many blondes. There's just way too many there's too many of their talent that are similar. Like these ladies, if they're gonna get over, are gonna have to find a way to be different than the three other blonde athletic cheerleaders next to them.
Absolutely. I remember there was a time where VKM didn't want some of the women to have the same hair color. That's kind of been talked about backstage. I kind of need some of these women to change their hair color. They all look the same type of look, but like you said, they have to kind of find something to stand out, and I think they will once they kind of come into their own character.
Yeah, they're just all too similar. They're all like, oh, I don't know, it's crazy. But Izzy definitely showing off her power in this one. I like what Izzy's doing.
Oh.
Rhea said she changed her image because too many. Yeah, 100%. Again, you think back to the Rhea when we first knew her, and the bleach blonde hair, looking very much like Izzy and Carly Bright and all the other ones. And that image change made her stand out from the crowd, made her unique, and look where she is now.
You can think about some others too, like Alexa Bliss. When she first came out in NXT, she was this sparkly blonde gimmick, and then she kind of turned it red and pink, then she became her whole kind of, different character.
Yeah. But Liv Morgan seemed to work through it. We're good. Liv Morgan. We're good with Liv. We're good with Liv.
Yeah.
Just keep doing you, Liv. You're good. Baby Regal won the cup. Let's go. Yeah, I guess that was the exciting thing so far tonight. The most exciting thing.
And then we had Oba and
Otis.
And Boston. That's probably what you came in on. I think we were watching the Oba and Otis match, which was really fun.
Yeah, it has to be that because there hasn't been much else.
Right.
Sorry, Boston. I mean, again, if we seemed excited, Izzy with a big win over Reese's Pieces. All these stupid names just give dumbasses like me ammunition to play. Like, you can't help it. Like, all these dumb names. Big shout out to Big Nick and Anthony and myself. There you go. The Izzy Brindley match is very exciting. Speaking of very exciting, I got Ava Raine.
Oh, here's your favorite person.
She's nice and conservative tonight. A little, you know. Still don't believe she's in charge of shit, but whatever. Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay, she actually doing some big moves here.
Yeah. Large and in charge. She's dealing with it. Does she have her tongue pierced? She talks like she has her tongue pierced.
Ava.
Ava. Okay. So there's going to be a gauntlet match of the 6 ladies they announced earlier. Of only one I'm interested in winning. To take on Roxanne, #1 contendership, and there'll be a triple threat match between Wesley, Joe Hendry, and who am I missing in there? Wesley, Joe Hendry,
Wesley, and it is just one more.
We just watched it. This is how good the show's been.
Wesley, Joe Hendry. Someone help us out in the chat, please.
And the winner gets Ethan Page, whoever that third person is. We'll get it back around to it.
Man, it is not crossing my mind at all.
Wesley kicked Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry wanted cut Pete Dunne.
Yes, Pete Dunne. There we go.
So right now we got Shawn Michaels talking about going to Chicago, going to St. Louis. This should be very interesting, Anthony, as far as having the NXT touring and back out there, and then like really using their stars to have their advantage.
Yeah. Do you see this continuing, or is it just the 2 weeks? Do you see it kind of going forward after that?
Mm-hmm. I hope so. I hope, like, I mean, it doesn't have to be a consistent thing, but I think if you venture once in a while, a few times a year, plus your pay-per-views, I think it's a great way to kick off your relationship with CW. Really work on, like, you want those numbers to look good the first couple of weeks. CM Punk, Randy Orton's certainly going to help. But yeah, I like the idea of just seeing NXT because I think they'll draw and they'll have exciting crowds.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks, fans. No shit.
And you do kind of get with the NXT the same type of crowd every week, so it'd be different to see different crowds each week when they start touring.
Right.
Not sure if it's a good idea to tour in an arena first, but I'm not Shawn Michaels in management, so because they could do very well in arenas. I don't know.
You know, if they can sell, I mean, if they do somewhere in the neighborhood of 10,000, I mean, maybe slightly less or slightly more, man, I mean, it's going to be a ruckus crowd, and they're going to kind of, you know, I know people aren't going to want to hear this, but if they can sell, you know, if they go on the road, and especially CM Punk's going to be there in Chicago, that's 10,000 tickets gone. There's a company out there that's struggling to hit those kind of numbers, so I'm sure that's a bit of salt in the wound.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Pete Dunne was in AEW last night. You saw it on WWE TV. That's how AEW looks weekly. So
Dude, that went right over my head of like, what? I can't read your mind, bro. I chose Axiom and Frazer. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, another commercial break. The main event is up next. Axiom, Frazer taking on. Man, I'm losing my mind here tonight as they take on Chase U.
okay.
NXT is doing nothing to sink any of their programming into my brain.
And
They're just running
it's for
no
the tag
ball.
team titles, right?
Yes, tag
Okay.
titles. And the caveat to this one is it's Ridge taking the place of Duke.
Ah, okay, okay.
As exciting as Anthony just sounded, folks.
Okay. Danny down here. I don't speak that into existence. I will not be here for that.
Very. Danny, good to see you. This episode of NXT has been a bit dry. Yeah, like Sahara dry. It has not been
Right.
good.
And this is coming from somebody that watches NXT weekly and says I should like it. And you want me to watch this MDB every week?
It's been a very empty episode of NXT, in my humble opinion. I feel very uninvested in just about most things that you gave me tonight. I don't care about
Right.
it.
Like the only thing that was interesting was the opener. Then they kind of, I forgot about that. The Wesley thing, the Wesley promo. After was okay, when the brawl happened. And then Oba and Otis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just been not good.
It just hasn't been strong tonight. And again, I mean, a bit of a filler, fluffy show. Like, was the Tumblr situation even necessary? Like, it didn't really add an element to it. They kind of haphazardly got through it. They could have done it a different way.
It could have been an email.
It could have been. We didn't need all of this for that. That's it. Like that's it. Just yeah, it's been an odd show. Wesley shit the bed. Sorry, Wes.
That was terrible.
Not good. Not good. Joe shows up, gets a big pop, of course. I don't mind the triple threat, but it unexpected. Yeah, like you said, we got like a 7-minute Oba Femi Otis match, was good, entertaining. We had fun. Not a match we're gonna remember tomorrow.
Right.
But the best part of the show and the rest of it's been filler. Like we just had Reese's Pieces versus Izzy Dane. Like
Reese's Pieces versus Izzy Dane, yeah. And then that I was about to call it the Owen Hart Cup tournament, but the Heritage Cup, that wasn't it at all.
No. And the big takeaway from that is Ren St. Clair is a troublemaker. Great. Ren. How many Rens do you know?
None.
No, I can't think of any.
None at all. And Ren Stevens doesn't count from Even Stevens. So yeah, none.
Who are these ladies? As we're back with Adonis.
What is?
So Adonis's new gimmick is interesting. He's the struggling player.
What is this?
They got
he just said it's not y'all, it's me.
Right. I don't know what to do with Adonis either. He seems so ridiculous. Yeah, and Lola and Tatum was a nothing match. Yeah, that's true. So Adonis is going to fight This gentleman.
I was just about to say, who is that?
So Joe Hendry back on NXT next week, if anybody was wondering. Joe Hendry versus Page at No Mercy.
I guess I'm tuning in to see Joe Hendry again next week. So
so we got Ren St. Clair, Sol Ruca, Rizzo, Jada Parker, fucking Light Bright, and Carmen. So out of them, Jada and Carmen.
I thought that was Liv at the end. I thought that was Liv. I was like, is that Liv Morgan?
Oh, Hank and Tank taking on the Good Brothers next week as well, folks. Lola Vice versus Choo Choo. See, every single name on this roster, it's silly. You make fun of all the names.
Right. I can deal with Lola Vice, but Wendy Choo, yeah, I don't know. And I feel like next week Jada Parker has to win that gauntlet match. I feel like that's the only one outside of Sol Ruca. Maybe it has to be Jada Parker.
Mm-hmm. But if she wins that match, I'm going to want her to win in No Mercy.
That's true.
Man, I mean, I think Jada Parker's got star written all over her. I know 2 Rens. Do you know Rens with W's? And you can't count Stimpy's friend either. Random name generator. They should fire it or shoot it, whatever the thing is. If it's human, fire it. If it's robotic, shoot it. Jada is losing at No Mercy. Ooh.
So it's Chase U versus Axiom and Frazer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So get your predictions in, folks. Please, Adonis, use the Godfather gimme. Bring out girls. I'm not saying the other word. KJ Anthony. Oh, I see what you're saying, Damien. No, they kind of got him up in there like the manho, just trying to figure his life out. Borderline aggressive there, Adonis. But yeah, the man just striking out left, right, and center, and will fight the other gentleman next week. The guy reading the book. Yes, that's accurate, John. The guy reading the book will fight Adonis next week.
Definitely got to find a name for him because, like, they'll probably come up with something wacky. I don't know.
Right. As here come your tag champs, but Reggie made his Ring of Honor debut this Thursday. So there's Reggie.
Oh, so he's in. Okay, I didn't know his contract was up.
Oh, they released him outright.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Jerky Boys haven't been popular since '95, but they were really fucking popular when they were. They make you piss your pants. He's gone 8. I can't believe it's the first time in 20 years I've heard a Jerky Boys reference. Ren is a play in her NWA name, Maddie Rinkowski. I understand. It's the same thing when I make fun of Lexus King's name, and they're like, "Oh, but it's his sister," and da-da-da. So what? It's still stupid. Fuck. Sorry, Anthony. Bad timing, but like, oh well, her name on the Indies was Ren. So when you look at your name on paper, I'm going to be Ren. No, pick something else. There's like 3 Rens in this planet mad at me right now. Lexus King going to be upset. Where is Reggie? Got that one. She does have a piercing. Yeah, she talks like her tongue's pierced, which is interesting.
I think Trey down here is saying that the book reader guy, his name is Dion Lennox.
Dion Lennox.
Okay. I don't know about the last name, but the first name is all right.
It's all right. All right. His gimmick is he likes novels and long walks on the beach, so that should be interesting. Who are you picking in this match?
I'm guessing I'm going with the champ.
Let's go with the champ.
How did we get here? I don't remember. How did we get here? Because last week they were facing MSK.
So last week, while that was happening, Ridge went to Ava and asked for a title shot against the winner of that match.
Okay.
And then when he revealed they were going to get a rematch for the tag titles, he also revealed that he would be taking Duke's place.
Okay.
It's spelled Ren here. Is it really R-E-N? Damn. Soul Ruka. How many souls do you know?
Not a lot. But that name is cool. I do like Soul Ruka. That's an inventive name.
There, okay.
But Brinley Reese, Fallon Henley, like
I did know a Fallon, but it was a male, so didn't help us at all.
I wasn't expecting that.
Weird shit. We're playing the name game here at NXT. Where is our buddy Robert with his 130 names? Let's go through all 130 and figure this out. Harlem Bravado is a cool name. I don't even know what that is or where that came from. Lash Legend is a stupid name. Why is your name Lash?
I was thinking maybe because they put the fake eyelashes on. I don't.
That's again stupid. Well, you know, she's known for long lashes. Her real name is Ashley. Like, what? Like, honestly, would you not like listen, you're gonna wrestle next week. We're gonna call you Lash Legend. You're like, this sounds all kinds of made up.
Right.
All kinds of fake.
It sounds like Google named you. That's what it sounds like. AI Google.
Right. But we are in commercial break. If anybody out there was wondering where we're at with this, we are in the main event. I know we've been a little sidetracked with our name game, but that kind of shows you what kind of NXT we're having this eve.
Right. Wrong NXT to be on stream for.
Right. Every time you're in the chat, we're like, Anthony, you're missing out. It's cooking. You're like, okay, fine, I'll do one.
And then I do one, and this is what I get.
Oh, that's right, Tony. Ooh, right over my head, man. Yeah. The funny thing is, Chase can wrestle. Like even Chase in NXT UK. I mean, he's a good wrestler. He's got experience. He helps other guys. This little like leader role he has is kind of true to life. But I'm so over Chase U.
I remember like one of the first streams I did. I think it was me and you, just like this one, and you had to explain like the whole Chase U scandal thing.
Yeah.
And this is kind of where we ended up.
Yeah. And Nick was right. They were trying to capitalize on some college scandal that happened in the States. And then it kind of went by the wayside. And so then this story really didn't have any legs. So they just kind of, we sold some calendars, save the school. Yay. And that's all that happened. Now here we are. Here's Ridge Holland to save the day. Holy shit.
Ooh, what a clothesline.
Sorry, Anthony, we messed up your Tuesday. It's not that bad.
It's not too bad, yeah. We could have just kept out Wesley and I might have been okay.
Right. Ooh. Two count. Ridge Holland is on fire, just chucking Axiom around. Right, the Chase U calendar saved the day.
That was a nice move by Ridge. Ooh, frog splash.
Two count.
That was close.
I'll take Wesley over Dragon Lee any day.
Wait, we got Dragon Lee hate in the comments? Wait a minute.
Anthony missed his NFL fantasy meeting for this. Oh, wait. Oh, 2 count. I mean, again, I'd rather see Kalani or Fallon. No, I'd rather see JC or Fallon go after the main title, so I don't mind Wendy going after the mid-card title.
And they have to kind of build up that mid-card division in NXT too for the women.
Mm-hmm. And I like Chu. I just hate her gimmicks.
I thought I was gonna like it at first, but I'm starting not to like it.
I just can't quite. I don't. She don't talk enough. I have no idea what the hell she's trying to tell me.
Oh,
nice.
That was
Thorpe. Down goes Ridge. See, this like an Axiom and Frazer are putting on good matches every time we see them.
Ooh, nice.
2. Thought that was it.
Oh, I thought that was 3. Seems like the crowd is finally getting into everything that's going on close to the end of the episode, but I don't blame them.
The crowd has saved their energy for this moment, Anthony. 2 hours in the making. Here they go.
Right.
Now they're chanting NXT at the top of their lungs. The Lee brothers faction. Wesley, Dragon Lee, Keith Lee, Broccoli. I like it. What are they chanting?
I'm trying to distinguish it, but I can't. Oh.
Wow. Thank God for this match.
This might have just saved NXT a little bit.
Yeah, it might save it from a really bad rating.
Right.
Just do you see them allowing Jada having more control over her character, since she does kind of have free range? She's totally developing on her own. She's fantastic. Yeah, no more or less than anybody else, especially with developmental. Like, she'll have free reign to try things. But yeah, I don't think control wouldn't be the way I put it, Anthony.
Yeah, no, same. I don't think control is the right term. I think they'll let her try things out, but once they find her kind of niche, then that's kind of it for like a control type thing. Oh, Spanish fly
to Ridge Holland. That's a big man. Wait, what the hell? Oh, Chase came back. I thought he jumped the wrong way.
That's what I thought.
I was like, no one's there. Yo, Chase U's gonna win, bro. Get out.
Ooh, what a clothesline. Oh, this is it. This has to be it.
Yeah, cradle DDT.
I knew. Wow. Wow.
This is going to set up Chase U Civil War and meh. Ladies and gentlemen, Chase U will be leaving NXT tonight, your new tag team champion.
This actually changed my rating.
A little bit.
I was a little low in my rating.
New tag team champions. Axiom and Frazer have been dethroned. Good match. Good main event. Big surprise win. I I thought maybe Ridge would get the W because then it does set up the jealousy between Ridge and Duke.
Right.
And again, that you're gonna have to make us care a little more about everybody involved. But I did not see that coming. Yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely picked the tag champs to retain.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought with that combination backstabber move, I thought that was it.
Right, big Spanish fly. Yeah, I thought this was over here. And then I didn't notice Andre at all. I just saw Nathan jump.
Whew. He hit his head on the corner of that table.
I will give this show an 8 if the Motor City Machine Guns show up. Damien's got demands. As Chase U fills the ring. And we got confetti. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't think the Motor City Machine Guns are
No, not during this.
with all of this.
So I wouldn't mind if a couple of people ran in with chairs and start laying people out one by one. Who else wrestles in a sweater? That's a good question. Valid point. Other than Christian and his turtleneck.
Right, that is true. I forgot about Christian in the turtleneck. That clothesline by Ridge, though, that was nasty.
Holy, yeah. Ridge is the hero of Chase U. This is crazy. This one's for you from Keyshawn, my guy.
Oh, I'm trying. I'm trying, Keyshawn. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I'm trying. 6 months in.
Right. 2 title changes tonight. Does that help with the mark?
It does help. The first title change doesn't. This one kind of does.
They're having a good time. Awful booking. That might be a bit extreme from my is it great? No, but I mean I didn't love Axiom and Frazer either. So I think they're setting up Chase U Civil War, people, if I'm guessing. They are going to split like the bloodline.
The bloodline Civil War.
Yeah. Just less interesting. But NXT has gone off the air, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to give me your rating out of 10, we will take it. What did you like? What didn't you like? Anthony and I are going to click through for a few minutes and then give you last call on the chat tonight. Overall, a very interesting NXT. I think a lot of spots were a little flat, a little light. Yeah, I don't know, Anthony. We had its struggles tonight.
Yeah, it started off pretty cool with Joe Hendry and all the drama with the NXT championship. And then right after that, it just kind of faded out. If I had to give a rating, my initial rating was a 5. I was literally at 5. I think I can do 6.5 now. The main event was really good. I don't want to like base the entire show off the main event, but I think giving it a 1.5 raise, is not that bad. Yeah, but I was totally in the 5 category.
Yeah, I'm not far off. I was right there with you. I was thinking 5, 6 partway through this. There was a couple points where I was like maybe a 4. The main event saves it a little bit, gets a little uptick. I like Joe Hendry's stuff. I don't mind Pete Dunne being involved. Oba Femi was fun. So to me, enough to get a 6 on the scoreboard. So I'm right there with you. A very average night of NXT.
Yeah, a very average episode. Hopefully next week they come out the park swinging. I think they got some good matches going on next week. You got the number 1 contendership for both main titles next week for No Mercy. So yeah, next week could be a lot different than what we saw this week.
Yeah, and I do feel like there's a little bit, and if we're going to be fair to all the companies that we watch, I do feel like they're kind of doing a bit of another Booker's method of just like have a gauntlet match, have a eliminator match. Like, we're not really building towards the contenders right now. It's like Roxy's showing up to work of like, who do I fight now? I would like to see a little more rivalry for this, but I think on the men's side, there's a little more of a rivalry already. Like, you're hoping Joe can get to Ethan, and
Right.
even if it's not Joe, there's some angles and stories to work out there. But on the women's side, to me, it's just like, all right, it's just a group of women. Like, nobody really has a personal grudge with Roxanne. It's just like, who's next? Like, it's just like we're killing time until the women we really want to challenge get here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that all kind of started with Jordan Grace showing up. You know, you had Jordan Grace, and then right after that, it was Lola Vice. And then I think she's a part of Chase U, but I can't remember her name. You had that match with Roxanne.
Yeah.
Thea, yeah. And then now we're just kind of going through the list until Stephanie Valkyr or Julia shows up.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, again, I think 6 is fair. Yeah, I just think it was an average show. I think there was a lot of it where I was kind of like, oh, we don't need to watch this right now. 7 out of 10. October 1st and 8 gonna be something. Yeah, Denny, they're gonna go big. They're gonna go real big on the 1st and the 8th. Again, Punk gonna be in Chicago. Randy gonna be, and again, you know the WWE. It might just be like he shows up and shakes someone's hand. Like, they know how to advertise ahead of time, even if you don't get what you expect. These should be outstanding shows.
Oh, absolutely. TNA involvement on those 2 episodes, you think?
I think, why not? I mean, again, I think they're doing a good job of sprinkling it in and pulling it back. So, yeah, I think Joe Hendry's almost a staple at this point. Can we just, like I said, like earlier, like, it's like rent to own with Joe Hendry of like, you know, we'll just wait. He's not ours yet, but we're giving him a good test drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could definitely be. I like it. I want more of the involvement. I think people anticipating who's going to show up where is added to a real good level of excitement for both shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you.
Good main event, 69 likes. Well, if you can't be 100, you might as well be 69. 6.314 pi repeating. Thanks for that, Unbroken. Out of 10. 6.5. So nobody going very high. Kira, 2 out of 7. I'm not even doing the math to figure out what that's supposed to be. 7. All right. So nobody going really high. A couple 7. Did anyone go higher than a 7?
I don't think so.
Chase U was entertaining. Ugh. I don't know. How do you feel about Chase U overall?
I mean, they're okay.
The resounding endorsement from Anthony. Julia has 1 Japan show remaining before she can come to NXT. There you go. Where's Stephanie? Let's go. I've been pretty much on the outs with NXT. It's not my type of wrestling show. I hate the kids' feel to it. Until NXT Black and Gold comes back, I'm out.
Sounds like Boston just wants to watch Dynamite and Rampage and Collision. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you're gonna throw NXT out the window because of what it's providing, there's probably 2 or 3 other shows that should go with it. Your wrestling week might be down to like a couple hours a week if that's the case. But I mean, like I said, Boston, I quit NXT once upon a time. For like a good month, I was like, I'm not doing it. But I think it's come a long way, and I think some nights you get really good matches that counterbalance all the kind of the fluffy kid shit. But on the nights that you don't really get the good content in between the fluffy stuff, you have a night like tonight that just falls flat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Julia has 1 more Japan show. Got you. 5 out of 10, 5.8. Roxanne versus Steph, of course, going to slap so hard. I don't need to know what your bedroom's going to sound like during the match. Chase you going into No Mercy as tag champs is really disappointing. It's not that bad. Who are they going to fight? Who's the next? MCMG versus Chase
I
U.
was just about to say that in my head. Maybe MCMG. I don't know.
It doesn't have the same ring.
Right.
It doesn't feel the same. Anthony
Oh,
is
because I mentioned you liking Dynamite. I'm sorry, Boston. Please
right.
accept my apology. I'm sorry.
Boston secretly loves the learning tree. There we go. There we go. Honestly, NXT might be the best weekly WWE show right now. Listen, he's
No.
not. Well, Nick, we might have to debate this on a court or a dirt sheet because Nick is a very strong proponent of what NXT brings to the table. So I'm in
I
the
don't know.
middle.
Raw's been cooking the past 2 months. Like I used to fall asleep watching Monday Night Raw. Like I'm literally there the entire 3 hours. So I don't know about that.
Right. No, I mean, again, it has some weeks. That's what you want. Like some weeks, it's unbelievable, and a lot of things happen. And it's really good. It's so hard to say like that, week in and week out. Right now, Raw's hot. Before that, Raw sucked and SmackDown was hot.
Right.
They all kind of take turns. This one more for you. TNA X Division tournament has been fire. Speedball versus something versus 7 was outstanding.
Yeah, it really has. That match was a little weird though, because Speedball was technically defending his X Division championship in that qualifying match for the Ultimate X match at Emergence. But yeah, it's been cooking. Both matches were great. I think we got another one coming up with Chase U being involved on Thursday. So yeah, I think they're setting it up pretty nicely.
Yeah, again, I think TNA is doing a great job. I really enjoy TNA every week, and I know, like, I mean, for maybe the Bostons out there that NXT is not quite working, TNA to me is a little. You have some of your funky moments, but for the most part, the storytelling is strong, the wrestling is
Yeah.
strong. I mean, again, if you like wrestling, I love all the people that just dismiss TNA of like it's like way off. You're like, it's not that far
Boston,
off.
give TNA a try for me. Give TNA a second try for me, please.
Right. When is Emergence? Emergence is
The end of the month is like the 27th, 28th, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's the same weekend as Bash at Berlin.
Yeah.
It's a packed weekend. We will be here live, but that will be last call. We appreciate it. Any other thoughts on this one? We're good to tap out, I think, sir.
Yeah, I think there's nothing else to talk about. I think we talked about everything with this downer episode of NXT.
A little bit of a filler. We again, not a barn burner tonight, folks, but we are back tomorrow for Dynamite. We are here all week long. We are here all month long. We are here all year long with all your favorite wrestling. And again, we don't stop. We got so much more content coming your way. The nicest thing you could do is be a friend, tell a friend, share the Wrestling for Life Network with everybody you know. And until tomorrow, that's all I got. Usually I pitch to Nick. We still got to work on what we do.
Yeah, I need a catchphrase to end everything. I don't have anything. So yeah, just tell your bald-headed uncle that we're here every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, come back tomorrow. We'll see you on the flip side. Good night.